Okay. Today, we are going to go through again and again and again the practice. What it is, and very specifically, what it is not. Now, we have spoken about how I stood on the back stairs with Baba, and he taught me the practice. And it's an internal practice, and it's a literal practice. And most of you know, I am not an academic. I am a practitioner. So, practice is not what then? Ideas. It's not an idea. It's not an abstraction. It's a reality. Correct? Okay. So, we all say, and I've said it a million gazillion times, be with your experience, whatever it is. Let whatever comes up from that experience come up and function appropriately on the physical plane. And that's not just in here, that's every minute of the day. That means we have to be honest. And there's a thing that most people don't do. We have to feel. We have to be willing to feel what we actually feel. So I'm going to read something that I wrote. There is a difference between thinking and listening to the letters that arise from a vibration, whether the vibration is yours or you are empathizing with someone else's. The letters come up. They arise. We are not in a skybox looking down at a vibration and deciding what the letters are. We are not superimposing some other ideas and letters, which then makes us, if we do that, are we being with our experience? No. Are we letting whatever comes up come up? No. We are squashing, we're stuffing, and we are in a place of just ideas, abstractions based on probably our system. And there are usually feelings that we'll maybe like, but lots of people, if they have an actually good feeling or experience or vibration, it might not fit with their system. So they're going to deny that one. And then there's the uncomfortable, anxious, upset, anger, resentment. Notice how there are more words for misery than there are for the good ones. And those vibrations we don't want to acknowledge. And a lot of what's out there is denial. If you deny that vibration, if you only speak positively, everything will be okay. So how many people have tried to just speak positively, deny your own interior vibrations? Did it work? Did everything change for the better? Was it so spectacular?
No.
Was it a spectacular mess?
Yes.
Yes. Why?
It's all laced
It's all laced. It's all in there. It all is actually informing those nice positive words. So those positive words are dripping with what? All that negative feelings. Hate, anger, all of it. What should we have done?
Been willing to be guarding the heart, so each time one of those negative emotions was arising, we were with it so that our actions weren't contaminated.
It's whether they were negative or positive. All. So that whatever comes up, comes up. Is there a problem with what comes up? I heard some yeses. There were yeses in here. Who said yes? Thank you. Why is there a problem?
It's really uncomfortable, and I'm not used to facing that.
Do you decide it's wrong?
Yeah.
How many people decide negative feelings are wrong?
Sometimes even my positive feelings, I think, sometimes I'm not as uncomfortable with those.
Yeah, you can be uncomfortable, but are they also wrong? Honest answer of the moment. No. So, if they're wrong, are you going to hide them from everybody? Are you going to hide them from yourself?
Mm-hmm.
I can't accept that I have these feelings. Which then what happens to you? You're stuck. You don't move. You can't move. You are stuck swimming in those. Stuck. Letting whatever comes up come up from your vibration does not mean putting or looking at letters or images on that vibration. This is a literal practice. The letters arise from the vibration. The images arise from the vibration. And this may take a long time to get to that. You have to first be willing to just be with the vibration and let the vibration be merely a pleasant or unpleasant vibration. And as I say, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Just be with it. Let the vibration just be with whatever it is. Gradually, if we do that, the letters will arise and images will arise if you are steady in your practice. So, you have to be honest. Now, your honest answer of the moment, is that necessarily the letters arising? No. So I wanted to go over this. Okay. Who wants to volunteer? I knew it was going to be Ari does. Okay. Ari, are you happy?
No. Yes.
Yes. That's your honest answer of the moment, correct? That's a yes. Are you happy?
Yeah. No.
No. That's your honest answer of the moment. That's here. You're perfect. Are you happy?
Yeah.
Yes. There it is. Honest answer. Are you happy?
No.
No way was your answer. Right here. There we go. Okay? Is that necessarily... So now, are you willing to sit with the vibration you have? Honest answer of the moment?
No.
No. So that's a no. Okay. Why not?
I don't like it.
I don't like it. Good. That was your honest answer. So do it anyways.
No.
Okay, fine. So now what happens when you are honest answer of the moment?
It lessens.
It lessens. Okay, so what's the vibration? You have a word for it. It's a funny word. Be with the vibration.
It's funny. It sounds icky.
That was totally it. That's why I said it's a funny word. It was icky. Icky. And I almost said it, but I said, no, I'm going to see if he says it. So, icky, right? That was totally it. That arose. That's right. Did that arise? So you didn't hear it in your head. You didn't think it, did you?
No.
There was no thinking. It arose. Because that totally, you don't use that word. I was like, oh my God. And that's why I said it's a funny word. But that was it. So that are the letters. If you were going to superimpose, what word would you have used?
Angry or sad. Yeah, angry.
Angry. Angry. You're going to use your normal system words, right? So are you angry? No. Now that's the honest answer of the moment. It's a no. And it's better than da, 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 da. But what comes up from the vibration? Go ahead.
Icky.
Icky. Totally. It was still icky. It was icky. See? Do you see?
And this time I thought anxious, but it wasn't anxious. It was icky.
Icky. And so what's going to free you?
Being with icky.
Being with icky. Is icky the letters I-C-K-Y?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Those letters arise, right? You hear them differently, correct? They come from a different place. The letters have to arise. Now, there are people who have difficulty with their verbal and have sat and had the vibrations up as a child like a stew that can't see the difference between the parsnip and the potato and the carrot and it's all just a mush stew. And so it takes a long time to be willing to just be with that vibration before letters begin to arise. Letters will not arise if you're sitting here thinking, where are the letters? What are the letters? What am I feeling? I don't want to feel. All of that. Just what you do. I know. Have to be willing to be with the experience, whatever it is. Now, to do that requires what? What characteristic?
Courage.
Courage. Courage. You have to have the courage. That's why they always talk about the warrior monk or the monk warrior. And a monk does a lot of the same stuff a warrior does, and a warrior does a lot of the same stuff a monk does. Bless you. It's just that outwardly one does certain things and the other one decides not to do that anymore. So, very important to be courageous. So you can't be a what? A wimp. Okay? And what's the positive of a wimp?
Cautious.
Cautious. I'm not a wimp, I'm cautious. And you're not courageous warrior, you're foolhardy, reckless, foolhardy. Gotta be so careful, right? So a lot of people don't like their vibrations. Correct? And I don't want to be courageous. I'm not courageous. I'm not a wimp. I'm cautious. And I want to jump ahead in my practice. So I work to get underneath my vibration. Then what happens? What happens?
Get slammed.
You get slammed. What do you get slammed from?
Your delusion and the outside from you, from the outside world.
What happens?
It will tell you.
What happens when you get under your vibration? Under your vibration, what have you done to your vibration? Denied it. Is it still operating?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Oh, it is. And since you've denied that particular vibration, is it now free to roam? It can do whatever it wants. And that's, so what gets you? Is it the world that gets you? Your vibration. Your vibration slams you. Now, sometimes it's really rough. So you need to spend a little bit of time. I just need a break from it and I'll go back to it. So I'm not denying that it's and pretending it's going away and I'm going away from it, but I need to get underneath it for a little bit. That's okay.
But that's conscious and that's willing to go back to it, which is
That's
very
right.
different than what I have done in the past, which is completely suppress it.
Mm-hmm. If you suppress it, what happens to it?
It's bigger and bigger.
And what's it doing?
It's running. It's like
It's running you. And every communication,
it'll be behind those.
and it's seeping
Yeah.
through every communication.
You used to say it oozes.
It oozes out of your
the
navel. Right? It's all going out. So what do you have to do?
Be with your experience.
Be with your experience, whatever it is.
Mm.
You have to own it, then master it, and then you can transcend it. So I met with Harold the other day, and I said to Harold, how long you been an electrician? And he's been for a long time. And I said, do you know about receptacles? Because all I know is you take a you plug it in and the light goes on, and I'm very happy about that. But I asked him if he knew about receptacles. And thank God he said
Yeah.
yes. So, yes. And I asked him, do you know 100%? And his answer was yes, which is also thank God. Now, he's had a person who was a
Training helper.
training helper, and I asked, did he know receptacles 100%? And the answer was no. And he's been, let's say, working for 9 months, and it's going to be a no. And I asked, is there a gap in his knowledge? Yes. And I asked, is there a gap in your knowledge? No. So if I were to start the process of a receptacle at 30%, you'd know exactly how to pick it up, where to pick it up, what's been done, where to go, how to go. Correct?
Yes.
That's what we need to be able to do with our vibrations. We need to be able to know the ins and outs, the ups and downs, all around of our own vibrations. Then, are they running us? First off, is a receptacle an electrician?
No.
As an electrician, are you a receptacle?
No.
Only think you are. Do you think you are one? Your answer was sometimes.
Yeah.
That-
Yes.
Okay, it was. So you need to look at that a little bit.
Yeah.
Talk about losing subject and object. Okay. But for us, are we our vibrations? So when the vibration goes away, are we still here?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All vibrations?
Yes.
Is there one vibration that will define us? No. Will there be a vibration or a series of vibrations and thoughts that define our system? Yes. But is that us? No. So if we know our vibrations inside and out 100%, what can we do with them when they start to show up?
Still them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like for me, like when they come up again, I know that that's what that is, and so it's not. It's just like, oh, there's that,
Right.
and it's not as like not about stuffing it or and it's usually less, and I can. It's not like as big of a deal.
Right. Oh, it's raining. Oh, there's that vibration.
Yeah.
I know what to do. I know how to use it. I know how to handle it. It's not in charge of me.
We can recognize it for what it is.
Yes, exactly. And it's not something that's going to overtake me, overwhelm me, over this me, over that me. So we go to, again, Yoga Sutras, all too apparent. That's when vibration is in charge, running the show, so clear, off the rails, out of touch, out of. Correct? And that's when everybody goes, whoa, whoa, to that other person that's off the rails, right? All too apparent. And lots of times the person doesn't even know, correct? That they're off the rails. What happens after? So I realized, whoa, I was off the rails. I'm all too apparent. I need to practice. I need to get a grip. I need to back off. I need to get some distance on all of this. So I start meditating, chanting, doing a mantra, doing this sorts of thing. I go to church, I go to temple, I go to mosque, I go to whatever I need to, and I start to do what? Alternating. So I now have really good meditation, practice, fine. I have a grip on my vibrations. I'm fine. No, I'm not. I'm out of control. I can't do anything. I've lost it all. I'm fine. Do I have any control over it when I'm fine? No. I only think. And I certainly know I have no control when I'm out of control. Right? So they're two sides of a coin alternating. And that's what most people who practice have. They don't know why it's working, and they don't know why it's not working. Boom. It was going so well. Boom. What happened? Boom. That's what usually. So, do they have any understanding of their vibrations? Do they have any understanding of what's going on in their practice? No, just a slight, maybe an abstract thinking. Then we get to finally, okay, I got to keep working because I don't like this. So I slow everything down. I start being willing to turn around and really feel that icky vibration I'm having. I've had enough of this craziness. So I now have developed at least enough, what the heck, I'm going to dive in. Enough of I have courage somewhere to face and be with that vibration because it's not going away. It's not going away. I'm stuck with it. Okay. So now I'm being with my vibration. And some of these vibrations have been old friends forever. So, what the heck? It's not dissolving. It's not anything. I'm still stuck with it. So most of you have read my book, and I talked about Hawaii. It was beautiful. We were in Hawaii, for God's sake. I was in a house just a few doors down from Baba. Beautiful, right on the water. And all I experienced was terror. There was no reason. There was no reason. And what I ended up doing was I made friends with it. I finally decided, brush my teeth, and I'm terrified. I get dressed, I'm terrified. I eat my food, I'm terrified. I do my work, I'm terrified. Because if this is going to be my vibration forever, because I don't know what God wants for me, then I better get used to functioning, which is what Baba had taught me on those back steps. Whatever I experienced, still do what needed to be done. But I needed to experience what that vibration was. Horrible vibration. Horrible. Not fun at all. And I'm sure I had a little bit of, but stuck with it. And lo and behold, it dissolved. Be with your experience, whatever it is. Let whatever comes up from that experience come up. And function appropriately on the physical plane. The letters will arise. If you again are superimposing. If you're looking from the skybox, if you're hearing the words in your head, you're missing it. You're not being honest. So as we get to know those vibrations, and it's what Deb had said, oh, there it is again, we can attenuate it. We can slowly begin to be able to, no, I could. No, not going to do that. I can actually attenuate it.
I also like, I can then see like what triggers those things, and then,
Yeah.
and just be aware of that as well.
Absolutely. You then get the 100% of the receptacle. You get the 100% understanding. You begin that process of getting the 100% understanding of that vibration. And then what happens? It goes dormant. Is it gone? No. But it needs the most terrific farmers for it to come back, to trigger it again. It's only at a burnt seed is it gone. So, what's your vibration right now? It's quiet. What's your vibration?
Quiet.
You wanted
I
it.
wanted it to be.
You wanted it to be. What's your vibration?
Anxious.
Yeah, you're agitated. So there it is. You got it? Do you see what he did? The words, the letters. So how many times have you been with people who say they're fine and you know in your heart of hearts they're not fine at all? I usually go, really? Can I ask that again? You want to tell me a different, the truth? Are we friends? Can we be honest here? So, what's your vibration?
Agitated.
Agitated and anxious. Are you willing to be with it? Honest answer, no way. So what do you do in order to no way keep that?
Say I'm calm.
Say you're calm. You go up in your head.
Think about it.
Have a dialogue.
Right.
Have a conversation. Letters that have nothing to do with. Now, do you want to get rid of your anxiety and agitation?
Yes. No.
No. Okay, fine. What's your vibration?
I mean, it's not calm, but I just feel quiet.
Quiet. That was the word. It was quiet. Is it okay for you to be quiet?
No.
No. Your honest answer was no. Why? Funny answer.
I think because I need to be doing something.
You need to. You're not alive. Was your answer if you're quiet and calm? Do you have to be busy to be alive?
Yeah, I mean, I feel less. Like when I first started here,
I know. You don't have to defend yourself. Do not have to defend yourself. It's okay. Do not defend. Actually, I have a perfect fricotomy. Okay, appeaser. Opposite of appeaser.
Instigator.
Hmm?
Instigator.
No, it's got to be appeaser's negative.
Like straightforward.
Oh my God. Whoops.
I remember once.
You too.
Straightforward or
Stand up for self. Okay. For all you appeasers that think it's positive, what's the positive of appeaser? Peacemaker. Peacemaker. Okay, and all the people who thought that it was a positive, give me the negative of appeaser, please.
Victim
Monster.
walked on.
No, it'd be, so if you're standing up for yourself, it'd have to be like an instigator or like a.
No, positive. Because if appeaser is positive, I want the negative of appeaser.
You're lying to yourself.
Totally, you're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. You are. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Okay, so now back to Deb. What's the negative of stands up for self? Opposite of peacemaker, yeah, but
Aggressive.
aggressive.
Like in your face.
Yeah, there's aggressive and there's another word. That works.
Defensive.
Defensive. Were you defending yourself? Did you need to? You did not. There was no need to. You were perfectly fine. Do you like to be defensive?
I do.
That was your honest answer. Do you think you stand up for yourself when you're defensive?
Yes.
And who are you standing up for? Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, yeah. You don't need to. There was no need. You were perfectly fine. So who thinks you're not perfectly fine? Yeah, the system. So now, what's your vibration? Because it ain't quiet.
it feels heavy, like.
Yeah,
a
there's
burden.
a heavy, it has a,
Like, I just feel like this pulling, like, I mean, it just feels heavy, like a big weight,
Yeah.
like pulling you down.
and it has an ugly.
Yeah.
Ugly. It's ugly. It's an ugly vibration. Okay. Now, he liked his agitation and anxiety. Do you want to get rid of it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah. You know what it does? It makes you powerless, that vibration.
Mm-hmm.
I had that. It runs you into a corner. Yeah, runs you, yeah.
Yep. I mean, it's like I really see that. Like, in like, just sort of like me doing that to justify like
Right.
my actions or myself or.
Yeah, and it's only for you, because in most cases, everybody else would be perfectly fine. So there is a decision that there's something wrong when there's nothing wrong at all. And that's where the sadness.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah. Yeah. So now let's get rid of that. Yeah, there's hurt, old hurt.
Mhm. Whew.
Good.
Yeah, it felt like so old. It felt
Yeah. Oh, I saw Little Debbie. It was like Little Debbie. I saw this little girl in kids outfits. Yeah. Yeah.
I just saw that outfit. I was just thinking of this dress that I had.
Yeah, it was totally a dress. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Good. Absolutely. There was nothing wrong with you. Are we clear about practice? Don't superimpose words, letters. You'll completely hear differently. They arise from the vibration. And what happens as we do that and function efficiently on the physical plane? Every moment of our day becomes sadhana, no matter what we're doing, whether we're at work, whether we're at play, whatever we're doing. Sadhana was not meant to be isolated as a Sunday service, Friday service, or whatever in a moment. It's all the time. And opportunities for practice all the time, everywhere. There isn't a moment that it isn't there. Surprise, surprise. It's all the time. What a cool thing if you actually practice it. And don't get me wrong, stress, anger, hurt, everything. It's okay. We have to be willing to feel whatever it is. And the vibration, is it giving us clues? It gives us clues to our lives. Totally part of that treasure hunt. And if we let it arise, it's so much fun. It's like, oh, just like with his icky. Oh, wow. Okay. Questions?
So when you ask us a question and we give an answer that's not our honest answer, that's just us not even hearing our thought. It's just saying whatever we think our system should say.
Yeah.
We're actually
Saying the right
listening.
answer I'm giving the right, correct answer.
But if we're listening, then it's still that first honest answer is still a thought, but it's what we're actually really thinking. But if we're deeper and
Then
feeling, then
it'll be
it'll
so
be more specific. It'll be more real.
real. So think of it when you hear people speak, and this goes to the sound la 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 la. You know, you can say anything. I'm the King of England here, and I can say anything. It's not true. It's empty. It has emptiness, and then you go deeper. And the way it should work is that everything, the sound arises, passes through the heart, and then out. So it always has that. And you're providing then an opportunity for everybody. And it's not impulsive. It's not saying whatever you'd like to say. I'm saying whatever I want to say. Because the people who are saying whatever I have a right, it's a free country, I can say whatever I want to say. Are they passing it? No. Not at all. There is no honesty with that. They're emphatic. They can even be sincere. But is it real and really truthful? No. It's just their sure voice of the moment. Here's a quote from Camus. There are certain forms of sincerity that are worse than lies. And think of it, being sincere. I'm being sincere. I'm lying to you. I'm not, I'm just awful. And it's cruel. It is cruel, which is what we've been speaking about, the nature of cruelty. And you cannot fight those people. Why not?
They believe in what they're doing.
They're committed.
Yeah.
They're sure. They're sure they're good. They're hooked on good. They're good, right. You cannot argue.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do vibrations arise in response to the present circumstances?
Yes. So, you mean a farmer? You have a farmer out here and a vibration arises? Is that what you're saying?
I guess that's what I'm saying. So there's the answer.
Yeah.
But our favorites can be there even if there's no farmer.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so.
Right. We can have our, quote, normal, run-of-the-mill, all the time, ruining our lives vibrations. And then we can walk into and boom. We were in turning left onto Reisterstown Road. We had the green light. There was, of course, as we go to turn left, and now we're in the middle of the intersection, these cars are going. It's a funeral. They all have and they keep going, and they keep going. I mean, they keep going. And I'm going, the light's turning. We're going, the light's going to turn, and we're still in the middle of the intersection. They keep going. They keep going. And the light turns, of course. And the funeral stuff. So we've got to turn. Of course, they're just like, and then, so we get in, and some car that wasn't part of the funeral, but it's doing its thing, comes wham as we turn. And it doesn't see us, or it saw us, but get out of my way. And it was like, no, I was sitting there and it was like, oh, look at that car that's going to hit us if we don't stop. No, there was a vibration, an appropriate vibration. And this goes to the little the monk in the Zen book,
Oh yeah,
the table with the tea. Do you remember that, Max?
I don't remember the story.
It might be over there. It would be over there. I can't move because I have this thing on. Yeah, it's Wisdom of the Zen. It should be over there. It's either, I'd go at the bottom right there. No.
The wisdom
Of the Zen.
Zen.
Yes, perfect. Thank you. Be a perfect story to finish. In a monastery in medieval Japan was an elder monk of whom the young novices stood in much awe, not because he was severe with them, but because nothing ever seemed to ruffle or upset him. So they found him uncanny and were frightened of him. Eventually, they felt they could not bear it any longer and decided to put him to the test. One dark winter morning, when it was the elder's office to carry votive tea to the founder's hall, the novices ganged up and hid in a corner of the long and winding corridor leading to it. Just as the elder passed, they rushed out, yelling like a horde of fiends. Without faltering one step, the elder walked on quietly, carefully carrying the tea. At the next bend of the corridor stood, as he knew, a little table. He made for it in the dark, laid the tea bowl down on it, covered it so that no dust could fall into it, but then supported himself against the wall and cried out with shock, "Oh! Oh! Oh!" A Zen master telling this story commented on it. So you see, there is nothing wrong with the emotions. Only one must not let them carry one away or interfere with what one is doing. Be with your experience, whatever it is. Let whatever comes up from that experience come up, arise, and function appropriately on the physical plane. Makes sense? So we have a few more minutes. Let's just sit quietly. Be with your experience, whatever it is. Thank you.
Thank you.